Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Generation X Nation. I'm going to go over two quick hot topics. I ain't going to take much of your time. Remember, everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Like, and share. And if you would love, I would love it if you would hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload a new video. I'd appreciate that too. Thank you to everybody who has continued to come back to the channel, view the videos, and subscribe to my channel. I definitely appreciate it. I don't ask for any money. I just give my commentary. So first up is the young man from Georgia we all heard about, Telvin Osborne, who was sadly his life was taken by his girlfriend Hannah Cobb. And people are looking at it, in a different light because he made some very, very disparaging remarks about black women. He is, as he likes to say, team white girl. He said he would rather sleep with a dog than a black woman. And then all of a sudden, he hits the news. May he rest in peace. Him and his girlfriend, I guess, apparently went out to a club, got into a confrontation when they got home at 5 in the morning, and allegedly she accidentally shot him. Now they found out it was an accident, and she is now being charged with involuntarily manslaughter. And he is receiving such backlash because of his comments. Because, of course, when people seen the story, they felt the type of way like, oh my God, the injustice of it all. She didn't get arrested. Her father's a police officer, blah, blah, blah. Then they start doing, the YouTube detectives start going through his profiles and looking at their relationship, I guess, in her profiles, and seeing all of these things that he had been saying about African American women. And let me just say this, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I know you guys have seen him saying he rather F a black dog than a black bee, but it better be a white dog, just really nasty stuff. People have to understand there's a thing called accountability in owning your mess. You said that, and now you're accountable for it, and now you have to own it. And we know he's not longer here. But we can't go back and look for the empathy and the sympathy card of a certain segment of the community, now because he's no longer here, because his life was sadly taken by his preference. He chose that, and he stood her up on a pedestal and degraded the rest of us. I know he has relatives, and from what I can see, both his parents have to be African American. Doesn't look like he's, mixed with any other culture. But what I'm saying is be careful what comes out of your mouth. You don't know when that day is going to come. You don't know when karma's going to come back around you. I always say be kind to people. If you don't like black women, that is okay. Here's my issue with men who, especially this younger group, y'all are taught to really, really hate black women. But here's my problem with men who say these type of things. I don't care if you date a white girl, an Asian girl, a Latino girl, a Hispanic girl, Italian, Filipino. That is not my business. I don't have to live with them. I don't have to have babies by them. I don't have to provide for them or anything of that nature. But my problem is you don't have to disrespect the black woman because you choose a date outside your race. That is your business. I don't hear, and let's just be honest, I don't hear uh Asian men who date white women or black women saying, I hate Asian bees. They ain't, I don't hear that. I don't hear any other race talk bad about their female race, the females in their race, if they date outside that race or marry outside that race. Only black men do it. Why are y'all ingrained and trained to do that? Now, let me make this perfectly clear. Then I'm going to move on to the next topic. Young black men, older black men, middle-aged black men, whatever you are in this spectrum, and you choose to date out your race, that is perfectly fine with most of us. I ain't saying all because there may be some people who have an issue with it. But do not get on these platforms disrespecting us because there are probably 15 million plus black women in this country alone. That's not counting the world, just in America. And you base your opinion of us on the few, one or two or three that you have dated, or the couple of girls who turned you down in high school, or the bad relationships you had out of high school, and in that particular community radius that you live in. You may have had bad experiences with the black women within a 50-mile radius of your hometown, or the two you dated from high school, or your baby mama you knocked up, accidentally and you no longer with her. You cannot sit here and say this. When you say the things you say about black women in that tone, it's like you're hitting all 15 plus million of us. And I'm not her. I ain't never met you, dude. I ain't never met you. Okay? So when you make these comments, you clean it up and you say, in my experience, based on the black women that I dated in my 50-mile radius, I don't see anyone here that is of my preference that I like in my town. So I'm going to date white women. Clean it up, because you cannot sit here and account for black women in California, New York, Alabama, Texas, Florida. You can't count for those black women. You don't know them and never met them. So don't be calling them bees and hoes and this, that, and the third. I hate when guys do that. You have not met every black woman. You picked a few and they didn't work out for you. So don't you go and base those few that you picked on the rest of the 15 plus million in this country. That's BS. It is BS. Okay? And that needs to stop. And then the last thing on this issue, if you say, I don't date black women because, leave the because out. Just say, hey, I don't date black women. I'm not attracted to them. Leave it at that. It ain't got to be nothing past that. Because I don't date Asian men. But I don't say, oh, I don't date Asian men because they're the lowest scum of the earth. I'm not attracted to them. And just leave it at that. That's not disrespecting Asian men. That's not my preference. Okay? Moving right along. LaTocha Scott. And I've seen this pop up and people, I don't believe nothing comes out of her mouth. I'm sorry. I just see Rocky behind this. I just see funds are getting low and now I need to make another move. My solo career hasn't worked out. My popularity didn't go as far as I wanted it to. People are not gravitating toward me and my music, and funds are getting low. What can we do? She gonna say I left Rocky because everybody know Rocky is the biggest part of why she's not in that group. He done conned them out of money, stole money behind their back, used name for money, stole 30 grand from her sister. There is no way on God's green earth, in my opinion, that Candy Burris is going to allow LaTocha back in the group. Tamika's a little nice one, but I think even she pissed Tamika off. But Candy, we all know when Candy's done with you, she's done with you. Look at Phaedra. Candy is done with LaTocha. She not messing with her. They are doing well. They're not arguing on their tours with SWV. They work stuff out. They don't need the diva to come in here and mess up the groove they got going on. Now, do she need to make up with her sister? Absolutely. That's her sister. They need to be at least cordial. They need to be able to, attend family functions, their kids' birthdays and holidays at their mama house. I get that part. Make up with your sister. And if anything, give your sister her 30 grand back you stole and we know you took. But I don't believe for the life of me that Rocky is out of her life. She said they had an open marriage. They've been together probably close to 30 years now. He has groomed that girl, and I hate to say the word groom, but he has groomed that girl and brainwashed that child since they was probably in her young, right out of high school or while she was in high school. He is ingrained in her brain. And I can guarantee you he is coasting somewhere alone, telling her what to do. Now they have kids together. I'm assuming. I can't remember. I think she has a child with him. So yes, he's always going to be a part of her life. But she's going to say we ain't been together in 2 years. I do not believe nothing that comes out of LaTocha's mouth. Period. Your sister left the group the first time following you because you were the oldest and you were her sister. And she stood by you 10 toes down and left that group, left money on the table for you. And then you stole her money after Tamika's mom found the money for you guys willingly and said, hey, y'all got money on the table. You didn't even know money was there. And she gave it to you guys from these streaming services. She didn't have to do that for you. Those people were dedicated. They worked hard and they looked out for you even after you screwed the group over. And then when they brought you back in, y'all had two different reality shows where they brought you back in. You came in with the diva mentality once again, thinking you was all that in a bag of chips, which is the reason they left you got out left the group the first time because you wanted to go solo. And when they said, you know what, kind of like Destiny's Child, we don't need four, we'll go with three. Kelly, Beyonce, Michelle, they catapulted to the top female group in America. Escape, your sister Tamika and Candy. What do they need you for? What do they need? They're doing it with three people, and your sister does your parts well. I just believe Rocky has once again got a plan, and you're a willing participant to figure out how to hustle your sisters and them again, to get you back in that group. Oh, I'm just going to do a little song, heartfelt, apologize to my sister, and let them know I really want to be back in the group again. Ain't no way in hell, if I was Escape, where everything is going perfect. Your sister, she's doing little stints on the radios, here and there. They got little concerts going on. She's making her money. I would not let you come in here and disrupt my peace. The peace in the group or the peace that your sister is doing on her side gigs. Don't y'all let LaTocha come back in there with that bull. Don't do that. As far as you and your sister, make it up. Make amends. Be cordial. Y'all blood. I get that part. But as far as the business side, I would not let her participate in none of that. There is no way. You can forgive her. Candy can forgive her. Tamika can. They all can forgive her. But I would not let her touch the group, period. She won't go on tour with me. She won't be near me. Once a person show you who they are, believe them. And LaTocha Scott has showed the group Escape and SWV on several occasions who she is and who her husband is. And if I was Escape, I wouldn't want no parts of it. And don't, in my opinion, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, people. And with that, you guys have a great rest of your day. This is Generation X Nation. I am out. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, please. Like, subscribe, share. Like. Thank you, guys. Peace out.